my. Ooh. The mail lady is going through it right now. She is talking to someone on her little air things. And anyways, hi everybody. Halma. My name is Locke Knight. I am an Indigenous cinematographer. Someone asked me why I have to say that every single time, and it seemed like it offended them, which was really weird. I don't know why. Because that's who I am. I am an Indigenous cinematographer. You couldn't tell based on my skin tone, but it is true. I'm also half native, half Mexican. Someone just mixed bleach into the load, and that's why I'm light-skinned. Anyways, that was a weird thing to lead with. There is a brand new camera out, the Sony A7IV, but I don't want to talk to you about the Sony A7IV. You know, there's all these reviews and gears and people just, you know, shitting on the camera and shitting on the FX2 and whatever. I am a Sony guy. I've always liked Sony. I've used Canon before. I've used Nikon. Would never use Nikon again. I've used Fujifilm. Definitely love the Fujifilm color science, especially in the X106. However, I was just not impressed with their autofocus system. I do want to try the A755 because that camera just seems amazing. But having tried the Canon cinema cameras and the Sony cinema cameras, I am 100% a Sony fanboy. I'll just say it. Even with the lack of things which we will not mention here, because for some reason people like to talk about things when they don't even own a fucking camera and they don't even work. They just like to shit on things that they will never need. I come to you today because I want to talk about the Sony A7IV. Found this fan when we moved. I don't know when I ever used it, but it's fun because I get to be all sassy. And then every single project I've done, that's a lie. Not every single project. I did one project with the Fujifilm H2S, and I will show a couple clips of that here. But every other project I've done with the Sony A7IV. And this camera is fucking amazing. Absolutely love this camera. It's a perfect hybrid camera. I do a lot of photo shoots and video shoots. Mostly I'm always hired for just video, but in the moment I always see an opportunity for some photography, and I just like to capture it. If I see the moment, I just, you know, switch the setting, take the photo. And yeah, it has not led me down a wrong path so far. I'm not here to talk about specs or anything, frankly, because I don't give a shit about specs. I give a shit about how the tool actually works in my hands. And yeah, I just wanted to gush over the Sony A7IV. I wish I could show it because I'm filming with it right now. Oh, actually, I have an idea. I don't have an SD card right now. All right, well, my buddy just picked up a couple of the new DJI Action 6s and the 360. So I figured I would turn this around to film you guys, but it does not look like it's gonna work. So I might have to do a discussion on this later because this thing, oh, not even holding the mic to my face. I might have to do a discussion on this later because this thing is a little vlog horse. It's kind of crazy how awesome this thing is. Anyways, I digress. The Sony A7IV has been such an amazing fucking camera. It's actually been my A cam. People always talk about how they have their A cams and B cams. This is 100% my A cam. And people who, I've talked with a few other videographers in town and photographers, and they're always surprised that I choose the A7IV as my A cam because they want to talk about the FX3, they want to talk about the FX6, and they're just always constantly talking about specs, and it's just so fucking annoying. For some reason, people are so held up on the no crop in 60 or open gate or something that they'll make an argument even though the cameras that they are pushing me to have don't even have that feature. But yes, the A7IV has been my 100% go-to camera. I did a quick switch, like I said before, to the Fujifilm H2S or HS2, whatever it's called. And yeah, I couldn't do the autofocus. The video that I shot with that, actually, it did turn out well, but I just was not a fan of the autofocus. My main industry is, I guess technically it's sports. It's not really sports. I'm not shooting football, basketball, anything like that. I'm shooting martial arts. I do Muay Thai fights, MMA fights, jiu-jitsu, and I photograph portraits a lot. And I do a lot of indigenous work as well. And my main style is run and gun. Most of the time, 99% of the time, you will never ever catch me putting this thing on a tripod, except for, you know, right now. But yeah, I love the running gun. I love like the natural handheld look. The Sony autofocus system is fucking amazing, and I heard the A7V is even better because they have like the new AI chip in it that has better tracking for different subjects like cars, objects, blah blah blah. You know all of that. I said I wasn't gonna get into specifics on things. I wanted to put together a little reel, just kind of a little cinematographer's reel right now, and just show you guys what this camera is capable of. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you you should buy this camera. Not going to tell you you shouldn't buy this camera. You should get the next camera. You should get the Panasonic Lumix. You should get the Nikon Red, whatever they have. Because I don't know why. I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of people talk about every fucking camera, and it's so exhausting because they repeat the same thing and they're literally arguing with nobody. Like absolutely nobody. I don't really understand it. So rather than another fucking stress test on if this thing overheats, rather than me doing that like every other fucking gear tuber on this platform, I'm just gonna show and tell you what it feels like to create with this. So enjoy.
Ay, sip on my neck, I'm feeling like a blizzard. Ain't nobody in my spot, cause I got it reserved. All I know is getting money, then I hit the reverse. Really got it in the bag, every day a new purse. Ay, I don't get in my feelings, I just get in my bag. Ay, call that sneaker tag, what you think you bad? Let them think that, till I pull up, then it's a wrap. I am where it's at, you should know I got it in the bag. I'm back, my name. Yeah. Don't know how I in the Bergen. The turn up, the work in that part. I am the Bergen.
I hope you liked that. I hope you liked kind of what the look at this camera could be. It's fucking amazing. There's so many other videos and cinematic tests that you can find on YouTube, and I think this camera is just amazing. I want this video to kind of be a thinking ground. If you're constantly watching gear reviews and you're constantly trying to figure out what's the best gear to have, what's the best camera to have, do not buy a camera. Do not buy a phone. Do not buy any kind of thing that you have until you evaluate what you are currently doing. If you're creating films or video or commercials or spec ads, or you're working in the freelance industry, or you're working in the professional industry, if you're happy with the deliverable or the final product and that came from your current piece of gear, don't even look. Don't even look at upgrading, because gear is fucking expensive. Everything looks good these days. If you know what you're doing, you need to evaluate yourself as a creator first. Don't be looking at something the gear can do that you can't. You need to be looking at what you can do. And yeah, bijou, thank you for watching this entirely unnecessary opinionated video. Such as all of my opinions, very, very unnecessary and unsolicited. And yeah, my A7V just got delivered, so I'm gonna go get that.